Hi, we are Team 10 from the University of Calgary. My name is Ante, this is Charo and Nicole, and we'll be here to present our approach to event mobility at the TD Coliseum. So we are presenting a solution that answers the ask to develop a strategy to mitigate the transport, mobility, and logistics challenges that may arise during a large-scale event at the TD Coliseum. We'll be discussing what we considered and our approach to the main solution, as well as the actual solution, along with the timeline and potential impacts. So our solution is designed to be gradually implemented. Our solution is designed to be gradually implemented in order to support and help shift attendee behavior towards safer, more sustainable, and more efficient practices. We're proposing immediate solutions as well as long-term ones to help reduce risks, while utilizing available infrastructures to reduce the costs. The phases allows for the changes and coordination to be tested so that the best practices are implemented, and each phase is designed to address parking, transit, traffic challenges, as well as ingress and egress.
So let's start with phase one. We'll be focusing on optimizing existing municipal parking through spatial traffic control and coordinated management with parking authorities. And we'll be controlling road access for vehicles and transit buses with increasing frequency of free on-high demand routes for this area. And then this is based on for every 10 minutes for peak event time. So this is for like full capacity events. To improve ingress and egress efficiency, we'll be using external signage to direct attendees to their appropriate gates based on their sectional seatings. And we'll have some movable signs placed in high traffic areas to further reduce confusion and improve pedestrian flow. And we'll be integrating this with Google Maps to provide real-time routing to available gates, supporting faster and more organized entry into the venue. So starting with phase one, we focused on optimizing existing municipal infrastructure. So we identified the convention center and city hall as being those optimal locations where we can support early phase development. And both of these sites together have about 1,000 lots that are available. So we can still maintain municipal revenue through a collaboration with them. And these lots will operate as like a single entrance to these sites so that we can control the entrance and exit flow of traffic, and we'll have on-site authorities like directing people if the lots are filled to avoid traffic. Then we'll also have a pedestrian-only routing, which will be so that we can maintain safety for the pedestrians as well as for security reasons. Police and EMS are easily available to arrive at the facilities if necessary. Then we'll also only have transit access routes, which are based on making sure that we don't have all these rider shares and Ubers like blocking traffic for everyone. So only transit will be going. We'll have increased frequency, which was based on the analysis of what routes are traveling down these roads the most, as well as what can bring people to the Coliseum the fastest. As well, we have unrestricted access to our EMS, police, fire station services, and because we've reduced the traffic of private vehicles, they have even easier access to the environment if necessary. So there are some route changes because of our development, but these are only going to be affecting some traffic corridors for small sections. And then for integrating our gates into Google Maps, it makes it easier for people to actually travel to the gates that are assigned rather than just having a single location.
So in phase two, we are introducing another parking hub at Lime Ridge Mall with the capacity for about 4,000 vehicles. This lot offers the largest parking volume within a 15-minute radius of that venue. Our data projects an estimated volume of 3,000 vehicles at peak venue capacity. This estimate is based on regional demographics and the assumption that all attendees that are traveling kind of from Toronto to St. Catharines will average about 4 passengers per car. To streamline that traffic flow, the convention center will no longer be available for event parking to encourage them to park somewhere else, and to encourage people to use different kind of behavior, different types of transit. We are going to do shuttle service connecting the mall to the venue, as well as encourage public transit over personal vehicles. Go Transit tickets will now be included with every concert ticket price. So for those opting for taxi or rideshare services, we are designating a dedicated 5-minute drop-off zone at York Boulevard to prevent congestion. And finally, phase two marks the launch of a mapping app. And this tool features interior navigation of the Coliseum, which provides attendees with a path from their entrance directly to their seats that I will show you. So here we have the map. We conducted a spatial assessment of municipal parking meter locations to kind of identify areas with that pull-over infrastructure that does not conflict with the planned road closures. The best location identified is close to the venue, and will temporarily be repurposing that curbside space for controlled drop-off and pickup activity while minimizing any disruption to that traffic flow and pedestrian safety. We also have here the location of the mall, just in relation to the event venue for that visualization of how close it is.
For phase 3, the biggest changes is that we were planning to close all the parkings that are close to the Coliseum and rather just make the only one available at the mall, where there is still the shuttle service. We still have the drop-off zone, and the roads are still closed, and we still have the tickets included, which should hopefully discourage attendees to bring their own personal vehicles. Additionally, we have a idea that we should update the actual app to integrate not only the local indoor localization, but also use the ticket information so that the attendee can see the best recommended route from where they're from to their seats.
So this is just an example of a full capacity venue, like operational timeline for like a day event, where you're starting by having your section parking, you'll have your road closures, your shuttle services running all the way till the end of the event. And this reduces downtown congestion, and it's going to be minimizing those disturbances to nearby residents because we moved to the mall. And then we also just have 3 primary like case scenarios of like where our attendees are traveling from. So we have our first one is our public transit, who are going to be providing the free GO ticket service, and then we have our people who are driving to Hamilton, who are going to be utilizing our shuttle service now to reducing congestion, and also our rideshares who now have an optimal area for their drop-off and take-off zones.
So some of the benefits of this system is redistributing that parking and prioritizing transit. We can reduce some downtown congestion here. We're expanding the pedestrian-only zones, helps a lot with public safety, reduces that conflict between vehicle and pedestrians. And again, we're increasing transit revenue, reducing that vehicle spillover into residential neighborhoods as well. So this approach creates a smoother event operation and more efficient crowd dispersal, which minimizes disruption to the nearby area and helps with emergency access. Obviously, there are some issues. Not every plan is going to be perfect, and so we'd like to kind of address a couple of them now. Successful implementation requires a lot of coordination between the city, the Coliseum, and everyone involved. The effectiveness may depend on the event type and audience demographics, and expanded road closures will result in temporary rerouting. However, this is a phased structure, and it allows for that scaling based on event demand. So you don't have to use every single strategy every single time. And so in conclusion, our multi-phase strategy provides that scalable, efficient framework, and our approaches balances event success, public safety, and resident quality of life, which creates a sustainable mobility model for the TD Coliseum.